I want to be royalty. I want to have power. So I'm learning about all of the monarchs in England, throughout history. It's the conquerors and the ones that inherited all of their wealth and glory. I guess I plan to do both. King Charles II of the House of Stuart. When Charles I was captured and beheaded, his son, Charles II, escaped to Europe. Amazingly, he returned to restore the monarchy. He did this after Oliver Cromwell, who was the one who turned England into a republic, died. Now, I don't know about you, but if my father got his head removed from his body, I think I'd opt to stay in Europe. Regardless, unlike his papa, Charles II was allowed to keep his head. That was the good news. The bad news was that during Charles II's reign, Great Plague hit in 1665, and there was also the Fire of London in 1666. And Charles II stirred up lots of controversy by actually converting to Catholicism on his deathbed. Moving right along to King James II, still in the House of Stuart. James II was the brother of Charles II. He continued where Charles II had basically left off. He granted high offices to Catholics. Very upset Protestants recruited James II's daughter Mary and her husband William of Orange to do something about this. Talk about in-law troubles. Son-in-law William's forces caused father-in-law James II to flee. James II died in exile in France. Queen Mary II, the daughter of King James I, she reigned for 5 years, from 1689 to 1694. To reiterate, Mary and her husband William had been prodded by a group of disgruntled Protestants. They were called the Immortal Seven, to depose Mary's father, James II. The overthrow of Catholic James II was known as the Glorious Revolution. I think it's safe to say that Mary II was not a daddy's girl. She deferred a good deal of her power to her husband William, but she was still considered a good ruler in William's absence. Mary died very young, only at the age of 32, from smallpox. King William III, or William of Orange, the husband of Queen Mary. He succeeded Mary when she died. The Bill of Rights was passed during King William III's reign, which instituted limitations on the crown, and also in order to finance William's wars in France, the Bank of England was created. William to this day is known as a Protestant hero. Queen Anne, moving right along to her, last one from the House of Stuart. She reigned from 1702 to 1714. She was the daughter of King James II, who was overthrown by his son-in-law William and his daughter Mary because of his penchant toward Catholicism. Anne was totally in the Dutch Protestant court of William III of Orange, who again was her brother-in-law when he invaded the kingdom of Anne's daddy, James II. Another illustration of a crappy daughter-father relationship. Poor James II. All of his spawn turned against him. Anyway, Anne was stricken with severe gout and basically had to be carried to her coronation. She had a terrible time of it with bearing children, with a whopping 12 stillbirths or miscarriages. Her oldest child lived only to see the age of 11.